Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, thanks for stopping by. I'm Carol and I'm glad to have you here. I hope you will consider subscribing. So today we have another canning video, trying to get geared up for the summer season here. And one of the things we love to do during summer season is grill, right? So today we are going to be making a small batch, super simple, easy barbecue sauce. Now I am going to be using it's in the all new ball book of canning. For those of you who have been around my channel very much, you know I love this book. It is kind of hard to get your hands on, but I do believe there are some sources out there for it. Amazon has it periodically, and I will leave a link in the description box below for it. If you can't find it on Amazon, I think Walmart carries it, and so does Barnes and Noble. So you can, those are other good places to find it. So I'm going to be using the Paw Paw's Bywater barbecue sauce recipe in this book. The recipe that Ball has developed says it makes about 6 1-pint jars. I'm going to divide it in half. It's just me, so I don't need that much barbecue sauce. So for those of you who have smaller households, follow along with what I'm doing. It will make 3 pints or 6 half-pint jars. The 8-ounce jelly jars are fantastic for canning barbecue sauce for those of you who have smaller households where there's just one of you or maybe just a couple. But I will post the full recipe as well as the halved recipe in the description box below. So the great thing about this barbecue sauce, I think, is it starts with a base of ketchup. So if you aren't a ketchup lover, you may not enjoy this recipe, but I love starting with ketchup for barbecue sauce. Number one, it already has some seasonings in it. Number two, a lot of the work is taken care of for you. Another reason I love this recipe is because most of the ingredients that are in this recipe you probably already have on hand in your pantry or in your fridge. So it's really fast and easy to make, and you will have most of the ingredients anyway. I'm just going to go down the list like I always do of the ingredients that you're going to need. You're going to need some packed brown sugar. You could use light or dark. The recipe calls for light. Kosher salt, garlic powder, onion powder, dry mustard, black pepper, paprika. I'm going to be switching out and using smoked paprika instead of regular paprika here. Smoked paprika is just going to lend a nice smoky flavor, which I love in my barbecue sauce. So I'm going to use smoked paprika instead of regular. But there's different kinds of paprika out there, so you could use whatever kind you like. It also calls for chili powder, ground red pepper. If you don't like heat, you could leave the red pepper out. Ketchup, of course, some water, apple cider vinegar. It also calls for apple cider. That is not something I have on hand. You could swap out apple juice if you wanted to, but I think I'm going to leave that out completely. It's not an ingredient that you need for safety here. It's just going to add another layer of flavor as well as some sweetness in the background, so I'm going to leave it out because I don't think that it's needed. Either some molasses or honey. The original recipe, as it's written, calls for honey, but you could also swap in molasses. Molasses is fantastic in barbecue sauce. You're going to need some Creole mustard or some Dijon mustard. I'm going to be using Dijon mustard, and that's prepared mustard. Some Worcestershire, some bottled lemon juice. You need to use bottled lemon juice here. They're adding it for safety. And then they also are saying optionally you could add some hot sauce. They recommend using their fiery fermented hot sauce, which is also in this book, but you could use any hot sauce you like. If you don't groove on heat, leave the hot sauce out. I don't really like a lot of heat in my barbecue sauce. I like for it to have a little bit of kick to it, but not necessarily heat, so I'm going to leave out the hot sauce part. So all we have to do is put all of our ingredients in a nice sized saucepan, mix it all together real well, bring it to a boil, reduce it to a simmer, and simmer for 20 minutes. That's it. So you can get that started, and while that's going, then you can get your canner and your jars ready. By the time your 20 minutes are up, you're ready for canning. So this recipe is really quick, fast and furious, and you already have most of the ingredients in your pantry or your fridge. So I'm gonna bring you in close and we're gonna get started. I am starting with 4 cups of high quality ketchup. I like the Heinz hopefully to that. The Simply Heinz, it doesn't have anything extra added to it. It's got really simple ingredients. So that's the one I'm using. Use whatever high quality ketchup you prefer. We're gonna add 1 1/4 cups of finely packed brown sugar. I'm using light brown, but you could use dark brown here. And that's 1 1/4 cups. For our salt, the recipe calls for kosher salt. I'm going to be using seasoned salt because, again, it's just something that I enjoy in my barbecue sauce. It has some other seasonings in there. So we need 1 1/2 tablespoons of that. We need 1 1/2 tablespoons of garlic powder, 1 1/2 tablespoons of onion powder, 1 1/2 tablespoons of dry mustard. Now, I do want to say that the dry seasonings, you can adjust however you like them. If you want to add more of something or less of something, it's totally safe and fine to do that. We need 1/2 tablespoon of ground black pepper. Again, adjust to your taste. 1 teaspoon of the smoked paprika. I really enjoy smoked paprika, so I'm going to use closer to a teaspoon, but you adjust however you want. You could also add a teaspoon of the red pepper if you want to. I'm leaving that out. Then I'm going to add about a teaspoon of chili powder. We need 2 cups of water. So the full recipe calls for 1 1/4 cups of apple cider vinegar. So half of that is a 1/2 cup plus 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. Make sure you measure that accurately. That's one of the things that they're using here for safety. Also add a 1/2 cup of apple juice or apple cider here. I'm leaving out the apple cider apple juice part. I don't think that it needs it, so I'm going to leave it out. And you do not have to add more liquid, like more water, to make up for the difference. I'm just leaving that out completely, and it's totally fine to do that. And then we want about 1/4 cup of honey or molasses. I'm just going to eyeball it because, again, it doesn't have to be perfect. This is just for flavoring. It's not for safety. So about 1/4 cup. And then a couple of tablespoons of Creole or Dijon mustard, whatever you have on hand. If you want to use a spicy brown mustard, you could do that. Whatever type of mustard you have on hand, you want to use what you like. About a tablespoon of Worcestershire. I'm just going to eyeball it. Again, it's not for safety, it's just for flavor. We need 2 tablespoons of bottled lemon juice. Yes, you have to use bottled, and you want to make sure you measure accurately. That is being added for safety here. And then if you wanted to, you could add some hot sauce. I don't really groove on my barbecue sauce being too spicy, so I'm leaving that out. So I'm just going to take a whisk and whisk all of my ingredients together. Once you have it all whisked together, smells amazing, looks amazing. We are going to turn our heat onto medium high. We're going to bring it up to a boil, reduce our heat, and let it simmer gently for about 20 minutes. We want it to thicken up a little bit. And while that's happening, I'm going to get my canner and my jars ready. Guys, our barbecue sauce has been simmering for about 20 minutes or so. It doesn't need to simmer long. We just want the flavors to meld together, and you want it to thicken slightly, so a little bit of evaporation and concentration to happen. You want to make sure you're stirring it frequently. You don't want it to stick on the bottom. So at this point, you want to make sure you taste it and you're happy with the way we've seasoned it. I did end up adding a little bit more honey to mine. So make sure you taste it before you can it up. Adjust however you feel you would like to adjust. But at this point, we are all set for canning, so I'm going to turn off my heat. Okay, guys, we are all set for canning. So I have 3 quarts of simmering water in the bottom of my steam canner. If you are water bath canning, you want to make sure you have enough water in your canner to cover your jars by at least an inch after you put your jars in your canner. We do not need to pre-sterilize jars or lids. If you are processing for more than 10 minutes, we will be processing for 15. So I just washed my jars and I've kept them hot in my steam canner. You want to make sure you are starting with hot jars. Also today I am using, there we go. Also today I am using Ball lids. The instructions from Ball for their lids is you don't want to preheat them, so I just washed them, rinsed them real well, and sat them aside. Make sure you follow the manufacturer's instructions for whatever lids you are using. So we are ready to fill our jars. We want to fill our jars to 1/2 inch of headspace. Okay, I am canning in pint jars, but you could also can in the 8-ounce jelly jars for those of you who have smaller households and won't be using very much barbecue sauce at a time. You're going to use a debubbling tool, plastic butter knife, or chopstick to release any air bubbles, which there really aren't any air bubbles because this is all liquid, but I do debubble anyway. Then I take a paper towel dipped in white vinegar, clean my rims. We don't want anything to interfere with getting a good seal. Center our lids. Add our bands to fingertip tight. Fingertip tight means you just want to turn your bands just until you feel some resistance. You don't want to go farther than that because that can cause your lids to buckle. So in the canner they go. Okay guys, I got 3 pints and some change. Like I said before, you could process in the 8-ounce jelly jars if you prefer, but Ball's recipe is pretty spot on. We are going to bring it up to a full rolling boil if you are water bath canning. If you are steam canning, there's a dial gauge on the top that tells you when to start your processing time. Once you get to either a full rolling boil or your green zone on the top of your dial gauge for your steam canner, you want to adjust your heat just to maintain that. You don't want it boiling too vigorously throughout the canning process. Process for 15 minutes, adjusting for altitude. Make sure you know your altitude and know what adjustments you need to make. Process for the appropriate time, and then I'll bring you back. Guys, we're all done. I processed for the 15 minutes like I told you, and then I've let my jars sit in my canner for another 5 to 10 minutes or so. But there's what it looks like. So yummy. I did have some left over, so I wanted to show it to you just so you can see the consistency of it. That's about how much I had left. It's just nice. It's got a nice texture to it. If you want it thicker, you could always cook it a little bit longer, but actually I think that this is pretty perfect. So I hope you'll give this recipe a try. It's just a nice basic barbecue sauce to have on your shelf. You can make it your own by changing up your seasonings. It's fine and safe to add or take away the dried spices. You can add a little more sugar, a little more honey. You could add molasses, would be totally fine here. So you can kind of tweak it and make it your own. I think the smoked paprika is fantastic in barbecue sauce, so I hope you guys will give that a try. Anyway, if you have any comments or questions, leave them for me in the comment section below my video. Make sure to check the description box for the recipe and for links to resources and things like that. Also, I wanted to mention I do have a number of other barbecue sauces on my channel, so I will link those in the description box below as well. My absolute favorite is the bourbon barbecue sauce. It is so delicious. Bourbon and barbecue sauce, they were just made to go together. Anyway, thanks for coming along with me today, guys. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I will see you next time. Happy grilling!